I went to visit the underground Mithraeum that's been preserved by the Bloomberg Group. We know that Mithras cult had 7 degrees of initiation, but apart from that, we know nothing except that it was spread all through the Roman Empire. And the only things we know about it are because of the artifacts that we have found at these different locations. We know that it rivaled Christianity in its popularity, and it was only by an act of parliament that it did not become the state religion. It has been lovingly restored because it was preserved under layers of history and dirt. The temple thrived and then was abandoned. Because of construction in London at the time, it had to be relocated and then was lovingly restored in its current location. Its orientation and its depth underground was preserved. Most amazingly, so was the Tauroctony. The Tauroctony was located directly under the statue or figurehead of Mithras within the temple itself and contained many symbols that were vitally important to the cult. The zodiac displays the understanding of the passage of time. The torchbearer is a polarity of opposites. Animals and Sol and Luna show passages of time as well. We also have the seasons and their cycles. The inscription by the financial patron of the temple was all to extol a creation myth, a cosmic map that shows a much deeper level of understanding of our calendar, the cycles of time that we fit into. As we journey into the depths of the Mithraeum in London, let me read to you a ritual greeting from the Mithraeum at Rome. Hail to the ravens in the protection of Mercury. Hail to the Father in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the bridegrooms in the protection of Venus. Hail to the Father in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the soldiers in the protection of Mars. Hail to the Father in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the lions in the protection of Jupiter. Hail to the Father in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the Persians in the protection of the moon. Hail to the Father in the protection of Saturn. Hail to Helios's couriers in the protection of the sun. Hail to the Father in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the fathers from the east to the west in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the fathers from the rising to the setting of the sun in the protection of Saturn. Hail to the fathers and our father and priest Sylvanus in the protection of Saturn. And one last Mithraic chant for you. Gentlemen, companions, a toast. Mithras, also a soldier, gave us strength for the day. Rome is above the nations, but thou art over all. Cheer. Cheers.